When it comes to Social Security disability cases, Catherine Stone of Barbas Law says there is one big complaint that they always get. She's back with it this week in our Know Your Rights segment. Welcome back, Catherine.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here.
How's it going? How's summer?
Oh, it's hot. But we're not lacking for cases, which is good.
I was going to say, well, with the heat, that kind of in a negative way, let's go complaints. I think it's a perfect segue.
People are a little bit hot and bothered, let's say. So, you know, I love to come in here with stories, especially when we're thinking about topics to talk about, because these are really true and everyday stories. And I've met with quite a few Social Security disability clients recently, and they all have the same question. Can't you do something to fast track my case? Why should I hire a lawyer if it's going to take so long? And I know that we've talked about before, and nothing has changed. The Social Security disability process, if you're not immediately approved, you can go through multiple different stages of appeals. And the third appeal, which is called the request for an administrative law hearing, it basically, from the time you request that appeal, here in the Tampa Bay area, it's taking about 2 years to get in front of a judge.
And that's after you request an appeal. So you've already been dealing with it.
You've already filed your case. You've been denied. Then you filed your request for reconsideration, and then you've gotten denied again. And so now this is your second time to appeal it, and it's what we call the request for administrative law hearing. And they're called ALJs, and they're just so backlogged that they have so many appeals, and they're, from what I understand, they're understaffed, but that they just can't get to them all. So it takes about 2 years. And unfortunately, you're dealing with clients and individuals who the whole reason they're applying is because they're not able to work. And so a lot of times they don't have other financial resources. So there's only a couple of options for individuals. There's the compassionate allowance that basically has a list of you know, probably 100 or something different types of illnesses and diagnosis. And if you're diagnosed and qualify under that, then it's what you can be moved up in the process. Those typically, we don't see those at our level because they've already gotten approved, or they're already on a different track. Then we have what's called the dire need. And a lot of times clients will Google. Google's a great thing, and it can also hurt you sometimes.
I know that in the medical field. Good to know.
Right. You know, people will Google how to get my case in front of the judge quicker, and you know, obviously they want to ask their attorney that question. And I have had some instances where they say, well, why can't you file a dire need request for me? And I always tell them, well, I can, but here's the qualifications in order for you to meet that dire need. And dire need basically means that you're losing your home, you're going to be homeless, that you have nowhere to go.
I mean, truly dire need.
Truly dire need. And I have been successful with the dire need request by showing the foreclosure action and the order and the eviction from the home that this person had to be out by a certain time period. But you know, just saying that you're behind on your bills, but your house is paid for, isn't going to qualify you necessarily for dire need. There are some other instances. Sometimes our vets that suffer from PTSD, they have a special situation that we can request a fast track, or anyone actually that's potentially suicidal. We can obviously work with them.
Well, I think right at the beginning you said, why contact someone even though it's going to be this long? I think you gave some good reasons. If you're interested in getting more information and possibly having Catherine or her team help you out in this situation or many others, feel free to give them a call, 1-800-BARBAS-LAW, or go to barbaslaw.com/knowyourrights.